Hey, it's me down here, trying something a little new uh, in regards to something interesting that happened on the last episode of the Hashgraph Enthusiast Show. I had Patches on, and we were talking about this new kind of like standard meta protocol kind of thing, HCS-20. That's really interesting because um, essentially it's like a way to create auditable points. So you could also look at them as kind of like tokens or whatever and put them on the Hedera Consensus Service. So you think of the super low fees, and then you think of the issues that some projects or companies might have with a fungible token of like an economy being created or something in that regard. So you think of auditable points and the ways they could be used and the lower fees and the this and the that. You go, wow, it could be, your local gas station points program or grocery store or online store or whatever. It's these points that you want to, have, they're auditable, right? Publicly. So that's really interesting. And then you think of, the Bitcoin Ordinals community, the, BRC20 community. And you go, wow, they could really just implement what they're doing right on Hedera. So this is a standard created by Patches at TurtleMoon. This is like the documentation. I want to, mint a, HCS-20 token right now. So literally it's Sunday. I'm chilling. This is what we're doing. This is the tool. Waiting for the icon to load. There we go. TurtleMoon HCS toolkit. And we're going to throw that in applications. This is always a pain in the ass. Yeah, sometimes when you get software like this, you have to go into your settings and open it, and it's like throws a bunch of flags, and it's super annoying. Okay, so this is interesting, guys. Look at this. So we got a tool here. Deploy, mint, burn, transfer. So really any of the operations you'd want to do with, auditable points. In the documentation, if you go back to the documentation, it's like, warning, it's alpha. Use at your own risk. So who knows what's going to happen if you use this, but if you're feeling adventurous, check it out. But this is really interesting, and I think what really this comes down to is what kind of applications are going to be built on top of it. That's what it really comes down to. So this is the main topic ID, the proposed topic ID for inscriptions. So you can look and see, here's all of the inscriptions being done right now. And this is no joke, guys. Like, just for context, like Bitcoin inscriptions, had billions and billions and billions of dollars flowing through it, right? And then you've got HCS-20, which in, the first 24 or whatever hours has 1 million transactions, so this is contributing real traffic to the network and bringing real utility to the network. I know, like, look at it's just, they got turtle emojis and race car emojis, but these are real paid transactions by external third parties. This is experimentation, right? And it's just because it's so affordable. But so if we look at some of these transactions, right? So there's the tick. So there's the P area. Here, let's zoom in on this. And this probably isn't the best way to explain it, but I mean, we're just looking at it. So you've got this P area, which basically signifies the protocol. So you got the property, the OP, so that's the operation, deploy, right? These are mints. So you can, that's for if you want to mint points, right? Operation will be made to mint. And then, tick, Horty, right? Amount 1 to this account, right? And then the memo is a turtle emoji. We got a dragon emoji. So this is running on mainnet right now. This is just like a public topic ID. And again, a topic ID is just like, if you think of the Hedera Consensus Service as like a file cabinet, topic IDs are kind of like a folder, and then all the topics are like the paper inside the folder. Here is all the different documentation around it. This is kind of what these transactions look like. And again, you might be looking at this and going like, well, what does this even mean? Like, what is that? What is this? Like, look at this. When you put messages onto something like the Hedera Consensus Service or like into a database, you can put really any messages that you want, and it's about standards and agreeing on the types of messages that go in that create foundations for stuff like this. So the message that has been standardized so far is this, and the format that this is called is JSON. And this is a way that bits of information can be packaged up and then, you know, by a computer or by a web browser or by a program or a piece of software, be put together in different ways and read, and the data is structured so it goes, oh, you know, P is this and operation is this and tick is this, and it structures the information for the computer, and it makes it so the format's explicit for people putting the standard into practice. That's where you think of like, okay, on the other side, how's that applied? You have an app, you have a website, it takes in this info, and then the app is programmed to show in all sorts of different ways. Maybe give the users different ways of interacting with it or changing it or whatever the application might be. And the trust, you know, comes down to this auditable framework. Let's like just make one. Let's just do this. Okay, wow, here we go. So we're logged in. We're into the toolkit. So we're not going to create a topic. We're just going to do a deploy, and then we're going to do a couple things. And this is the Hashgraph Enthusiast account. So let me think of something that we should do. Oh, you know what we should do? We should do a token called, I'll give you a little bit of a story behind this. Coinman, the HBarbarian, on episode 100, I think he was on the show or left a comment or something, but he mentioned that Hashgraph Enthusiast News, it's like HEN, hen, and he left a bunch of chicken emojis. So I think that's what we're going to do. This is where it gets interesting. So the token name, I guess, is how it is displayed or described. So it's like, in the case of Bitcoin, this would be Bitcoin, and then this would be BTC. That's what I'm assuming. So what we do here for the hen token is Hashgraph Enthusiasts and then hen token. Maximum supply of the point sets the upper limit, and then mint limit. Limit per transaction for minting, optional. No, we're not going to do a mint limit. We don't need it. Okay, and then we've got the metadata area. So this specifically calls out HIP 412, and this is optional. So this is basically a field where if you're minting an NFT, you basically think about it the exact same way, except you're not minting it to the Hedera Token Service, right? Instead, you would inscribe it on HCS-20. So basically, you would create your metadata for your NFT, which is in this exact same format, right? If we go to HIP 412, what am I doing? So if you go to HIP 412, this is the standards for minting an NFT on Hedera. This is kind of what the DNA of it looks like. Right? It's a similar format. Look at this right here. Here's a little chunk, right? And here's a little chunk. It's the exact same format. It's JSON, right? This is, once you know the language, it's very similar to most other coding. It's just, you know, syntax, and there it is. It's very, very similar. And look, it's the exact same as the stuff moving through the mainnet right now. And this is what you do. So you would create this, right? And you would give it, you know, a name, a token, this and that. And what you would do is, instead of minting this metadata file you create, right, this JSON file that you create, instead of minting that to the token service like a regular NFT, you would instead put it right here, right? So it would be like, you know, if it's IPFS, or not IFPS, IPFS. and then you would have your, your CID here, and basically that would go to your NFT effectively. So now we don't need metadata for the hen token. Memo. This is a memo for the transaction. So basically, again, this is optional. It's similar to any other transaction, but it adds additional functionality, right? So if you think of token transactions on Hedera that feature the memo field, that's a feature that can extend functionality to platforms. So for example, like an exchange, right? They can have one Hedera address, but use the memo field to figure out where the funds are supposed to go. So having kind of an unstructured field in your standard is really great because it kind of allows for that flexibility and, forward thinking. So in the memo field, for example, we could put more JSON if we wanted. We could put other types of things if an application does things a particular way, kind of push on the corners of this standard and play around with stuff, maybe move it into the standard. But for now, maybe I'll just put, I'm recording a video now, making this smile. Okay, so then look at this. So there's the JSON. You click one button, boom. Now, this tool is great because if you wanted to, and you had a script or you're using VS Code or whatever it may be, you could just type this out and just submit it as a transaction to the consensus service, right? We're just going to the public topic ID where everyone else's stuff is. We're not making our own. You could just type that out and send it, right? Or this application's great because, you just type it in, you connect to your account, and it kind of takes care of everything for you. And it's open source, so like you can look at the source code. If there's a major issue with this tool, it'll be found by the community. So when you want to submit to HCS, you click that button. And basically this is doing a transaction on the Hedera mainnet. And this is a paid external party transaction, right? It's using hbar from my wallet that I've connected. Well, not from my wallet, from our wallet, the Hashgraph Enthusiast wallet. This video is made possible by listeners like you. I wouldn't have been able to pay for that mainnet transaction if it wasn't for contributors of the show. So thank you. These are the kind of things that make me amped up about, what's happening on Hedera. So there we go. So yeah, so we've minted our token. Great. Cool. Now what we want to do is now that we've deployed it, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to mint hen. We're going to mint 1 million. We're going to mint it to the show address, and the memo for this million, we'll do hashgraph.news. Okay, so now we're going to head over to this website. This is the Tarbot website, and this is great because it does what I described. This is an application that kind of reads the topic ID and can kind of digest the information and display it in a way where people can kind of see what's going on. So for example, here's all the HCS tokens, right? There's Punk and Alien and Inky Year One and Test, right? I think that was the one that Patches did in the first video. But let's search hen token. What's this? HGraph enthusiasts. Somebody has created a HGraph enthusiast token. What is this? Okay, so what's the details on up your ass? Yo, what's going on HCS-20? Wait, let's see here. Hen. Why when I search hen do I get this? So this has a supply of 1,201. It has 6 holders. There's a limit of 1, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't own itsbrandond.hbar. I'm itsbrandond. Oh, you know what I have to do? People are doing this on X or whatever. You got to go take a screenshot of this. What you make this this is the what's sent to the consensus service. You take a screenshot of this. This is the new meme. If you want to transfer a token, what you can do is you can say you want to do hen, right? Hashgraph enthusiast. We'll go amount 10. Enter the from address, enter the to address, enter the memo, generate the JSON, submit to HCS. Again, moving tokens around. Now, the next step is when you create a topic, right? You can create a submit key, create a topic. If you create one without a submit key, then it's public, right? So then anyone can write to it. But if you create a submit key, here's your topic ID, and the only people that can submit to it are the ones with this submit key. And this is where it gets interesting. You could do like a multi-sig account. You could do all sorts of different things to give structure to how people can submit to that message or how people can manage points. So you could have a governance mechanism or a group or a consortium, managing and administering, auditable points, right? Like rewards points or whatever it might be. Or when you think about a project, an NFT project or an Inscriptions or an Ordinals or whatever, it's like, hey, you could now have a governance structure around that project that's, like on chain effectively. But anyways, just nerding out about HCS-20 on a Sunday. Check out the Hashgraph Enthusiasts show every week on Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I cover all the news, like rumors, interviews, all that good stuff. And yeah, I want to do more videos like this. I'm going to be doing more video content. I mean, I got this great audio equipment for the show because of tips to the show, right? Made that possible. And I think that when we look at the future of the show, yeah, video is going to be a component of it. I love doing video. Just haven't had the time to do it. I mean, doing it right now is just a pain in the arse because you don't have a workflow. It's not part of my thing, but I want to kind of try it out. I'm upgrading the equipment. I'm doing stuff. I mean, I'm using my built-in MacBook camera. So it's like, it's not great. Like I don't want to blow it up. Oh yeah. And if you haven't had time, go back and listen to my conversation with Patches, the creator of HCS-20. I had a conversation with him on last week's episode about HCS-20 and kind of what it's all about, what the vision is, how it works, this and that. So go and check it out. It's episode 107. If you go to hashgraph.news and then type in / the episode number you want, it'll just take you there. So episode, 107. Yeah, that's January 3rd. Go check it out. Yeah, we talk about sponsor swap and a bunch of stuff, but Patches stops by. Our conversation starts at 56 minutes in. And yeah, it gives a great rundown of kind of like what this is all about, what it means, what his ideas are about it and stuff like that. So go listen to it. But anyways, I'm going to get on with my day. It was fun, minting some stuff on HCS-20. Maybe I'll do more videos like this. I mean, if you want me to do more videos like this, just like it, share it, comment, let me know like what cool HCS-20 tokens are out there and all that. But anyways, take it easy, folks. Shout out to all the Hashgraph enthusiasts out there. Thanks for your support. Love you.